Jesus Christ, Kashi, finally! Anyway, what's happening, YouTubers? Don't forget to check out Pokemon Minigame Nostalgia at the end of my videos, so enjoy the battle and enjoy the minigame nostalgia that I have to showcase to you after the battle. Peace, have fun! What the hell did I just say? I'm talking mad fast. Alright, anyway, what is happening, YouTubers? Chaos 2011 finally back again, bringing the coolest battles of yesterday and today. What the hell was that I just said just now? Jesus Christ, I talk way too fast. But anyway, my opponent's going to lead out with the Pelipper. I'm going to lead out with the Nidoking just in case he suspects the Scarf. And I go for the Thunderbolt. I am going to immediately switch out into Azumarill, being that Pelipper can't do much to anything to Azumarill at this case, in my opinion. He's going to switch out into Sandslash. Him, I guess, predicting the T-Ball in that manner. And plus, in the case that I did Stealth Rock, he can rapid spin away my entry hazards, which is an awesome switch on his part. So he's going to switch out the Uxie, right, and get hit for the Choice Banded Waterfall. I'm going to switch right back out into Xatu, and then immediately back out into Porygon 2. Makes a nice prediction on his part and does go for the Toxic, despite my Xatu having a Magic Mirror, and in the case, his Pelipper would have been Toxic. And then I'm just going to go for the Ice Beam, predicting the Sandslash switching. He brings in this thing, Uxie. I'm just going to switch right back into my Xatu, considering that Uxie is more or less used more so as a supporter. In this case, that I was just hoping that he didn't necessarily have Reflect or Light Screen, but in any case, Uxie is not necessarily used as offensively. That's kind of what I'm trying to say in a nutshell. Anyway, he's going to smack down my leftovers. I'm just going to get a T-Wave off and paralyze this thing. Being that Xatu is slower, but it should click on your mind for a little bit, like, why the hell is Xatu slower? This happens to be a Trick Room team, but I'm trying not to play as if it was a Trick Room team immediately, unless I necessarily have to. Most of my guys are slow, and let's just see how long I could fake out my guys being faster and being larger threats than they actually really are to my opponent. So he's just going to yawn out my Nidoking, and I'm going to switch right back into T-Tar, just trying to provoke it with a Dark type attack, which I necessarily do not have at the moment. So to switch right back into Sandslash, knowing that Sandslash can eat T-Tar attacks all day. Just gonna take a Focus Punch to the face, and despite me being despite me being weak to any move that Sandslash would do to T-Tar, relatively speaking, with the Earthquake, he is going to stand and rapid spin away my entry hazards. I am going to take that opportunity to predict that, stay in here, and finish that thing off the Ice Beam. He's going to switch back out into his Pelipper, which I'm really worried about at this time, because I don't necessarily have a person that could actually inflict entry hazards on my own. So I'm just going to get hit with the Boiling Water, and I'm like, yo, okay, you know what? I'm just going to decide to stay in here. Just definitely go for the Waterfall in the case that he decides to want to switch out, whatever. But in this case, since I'm burned, he's not necessarily going to want to switch out, and he does have the Hurricane, which is Gale in this case. I don't have an updated ROM for whatever reason. I should do that right away. Yes, Kashi, if you should. But anyway, my Choice Banded Azumarill happens to be burned right now. It's completely useless in this case. It's just going to keep on Boiling Watering me. I don't necessarily want to switch right back out into Pikachu, which is I kind of want to do, but at the same time, knowing that Pikachu can take a freaking Hurricane attack, you know, so I can't necessarily do that. So I'm just going to have to stay in here and foolishly waste away my Azumarill. In this case, it looks kind of dumb, but in my case, I can't afford anything else to take a hit, and it would be a great advantage on my part if I could get the Pikachu in and get off a Volt Switch, so I could get switch advantage on whatever he switches into, knowing that he won't stay in with the Pelipper. So that's what I'm going to do. Jada Baltada! In case you don't know where that name comes from, I think that's the Japanese pronunciation for when Ash tells Pikachu to use Thunderbolt. Wait, I'm talking way too much, Kashi. Anyway, I'm just going to go for the Volt Change, right? It's going to switch right back into Uxie. I'm there debating whether I want to keep Uxie around or not, figuring that this thing does have Stealth Rocks, trying to want to trick it into using his entry hazards again, but then I thought it over. I'm like, you know what? I want this thing dead, gone, out of my face. He's going to bring in this thing, right? I'm going to obviously switch into T-Tar, thinking that maybe he wants to set a Substitute, or set up a Focus Blast or anything like that. In this case, that he went for Overheat, so I'm like, yes, but in my case, I was hoping that it actually hit, and I was a little upset that it did miss. He goes for the Overheat again, predicting the Double Switch, which is awesome, because I did definitely predict, I think I predicted the Pelipper Switch in my case. I think that's what I did. I wanted to go straight for the Thunder Wave, the off chance that I wasn't able to get the Trick Room off. He did two, what do you call it just now, two freaking overheat, so he's like -4, I believe. I think that's what it is in this case. I'm not really necessarily paying attention. Look what happens when I look away from it. But I predicted Bug Buzz. Despite me predicting I'm gonna obviously switch into T-Tar, knowing that my T-Tar can take it. Try to scare away with the flamethrower, because I do pack it. I am Tyranitar. Since I do have the focus punch and the ice beam, it should click on his mind, but I'm just gonna go for the ice beam anyway, predicting to switch out to probably Pelipper, because Pelipper is the thing that I'm most worried about. Hence why I didn't necessarily even go for the flamethrower in this case. So I'm just gonna switch right back onto my Pikachu, knowing that Pikachu is definitely slow, and go for the Volt Change for the switch advantage, as well as finishing off that Galvantula there. He's gonna return back into me, bring out my Porygon 2, and here I make one of the dumbest plays known to man, ladies and gentlemen. Are you guys ready? He's gonna bring in this thing, right? And it's just my lack of not paying attention at all. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm not even paying attention while I'm narrating this video. What am I so preoccupied with? Anyway, he's just gonna go for the overheat, right? Me thinking that I have more turns for the Trick Room, that's why I went for the recover as opposed to hitting this thing with the Thunderbolt. And you're gonna see that that is a huge play that determines whether I'm victorious or defeated in the long run. So you guys are just gonna see what I mean later on. He's at -4 right now, so I'm just gonna bring in my Pikachu, knowing that even overheat at that moment won't kill Pikachu. So I'm gonna definitely go for the Volt Change again, and I'm bringing my Choice Scarf Nidoking. He doesn't necessarily know that it's Scarf in this case. Just gonna bring in this thing. I was kind of hesitant whether I should do Earth Power and or Ice Beam in this case, but then again, since Nidoking hasn't necessarily attacked just yet, since I led with it, and since his name is Sick, I figured that he might think that it's Toxic Spike support. So I'm just going to be able to Choice Scarf, finish that thing off with the Ice Beam, bring back in Pikachu, hoping that will survive a flamethrower for some reason, and I could probably get a first quick attack, so I could bring this thing in, lock myself into Thunderbolt, and finish this thing off. But unfortunately for me, since I didn't use the Thunderbolt earlier on again with the Porygon 2, I wasn't able to finish that thing off with the Thunderbolt, and then him bringing the Pelipper and finish off Pelipper for the 1-0 victory. So that was definitely a great game. Definitely had a lot of fun. Viewers, do not forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and continue to enjoy the rest of my videos. Peace. Initially, I was going to continue to narrate the Pokemon minigame nostalgia minigames that I have to showcase to you after the battle, but a viewer who regularly watches my videos gave me a good exemplification of how useless it will be to narrate the minigames unless I was actually explaining the minigame or trying to show a new minigame for the first time. So this is Pokemon Chazi again. There's no point in me narrating this again, considering that I did show it last time, and I hope you guys enjoy. Peace.